it is my honour to announce that this year's Australian Father of the Year award goes to Dr Arne Rubinstein. Let me tell you about Arne. He is an extraordinary leader, mentor and advocate for youth wellbeing, a founder and CEO of the Rites of Passage Institute. Dr Arne has dedicated more than 3 decades to creating life-changing programs that have impacted over 450,000 people in more than 25 countries, building resilience, purpose, and connecting young people and their families. Originally trained as a medical doctor, he is also the author of the best-selling book, The Making of Men. I see it at the back of the room here. And he shares his expertise worldwide with schools, corporations, and communities. He was recognised with an OAM in 2024 for his services to youth wellbeing, and he's the father to 2 sons, Jaden and Jarrah. Dr Arne continues to lead by example. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sir Peter Cosgrove threw my speech into the audience and I had to go and get it back. I feel very honoured. Thank you to be part of the Australian Fathering Awards and to be associated with the Fathering Project. I was actually overseas when I got the call and they said, we want to present you with the award for the Australian Father of the Year. And I was a bit taken aback and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to tell my children? And what are they going to say? And I guess thinking about it, what came through to me really strongly is I need to say up front, I don't feel I've been the best father in the world. I feel like I've tried really hard. I'm very proud of my son. I'm very glad that my youngest son, Jaden, is here today and that we were able to do some filming with my oldest son, Jarrah, in San Francisco a few weeks ago. But I look at fathering as an ongoing thing where we're always trying to hopefully get better at it. I know I've made mistakes. I know I've learnt. I know I'm still trying. And I know that fathering will go on for as long as I'm alive. And so my sort of hope with fathers is that we keep working on how we can just be better fathers and have influence not only in our own families but more widely into the community. And by the way, if anybody wants to know how I haven't been the perfect father, Jaden will be happy to speak to them after the awards are completed. So thank you. I started my career as a doctor in general practice for 10 years and then 15 years in emergency medicine. And I saw firsthand the impact that absent fathering, non-fathering, poor fathering had on children. And I have a great concern for the mental health of our young people in Australia. And so I'm very happy that the emphasis of the Fathering Awards and the Fathering Project is around supporting young children and addressing the critical issue that we have around mental health issues with children. And I know from my work, I know that the positive impact that fathers can have is life-changing for their children. And we have to be prioritising that as a country, in the world, everywhere. We have to be prioritising how can we create the strongest and healthiest relationships and most supportive ways for fathers to support their children. I am the CEO of an organisation the founding CEO of an organisation called the Rites of Passage Institute. And for the last 30 years, we've been working with parents and children around Australia and have now spread our work to over 20 countries around the world and nearly 500,000 people. And it's just a beginning. But we are a mental health promotion organisation, and the work that we've been doing, it's interesting because my passion is around rites of passage, but I've recognised that the first half of it, and in my book, the first half of it is all around positive parenting. What does it mean to be a positive parent? How can we support parents? I find that fathers are hungry for the knowledge around how they can be better fathers, and organisations like the Fathering Project and others have the potential to provide that support to fathers so that they can be, in the most positive way, there for their children. And we are also very passionate about this idea that regardless of how we are as fathers when our children are young, when they become teenagers, something happens. If anybody who has children hasn't noticed, something happens. And they change. And our relationship with them has to change. And this period of time, somewhere in their teenage years, is a critical time. And if we can, at that time, create something to recognise, acknowledge and celebrate the fact that they're moving from children to young adults, and that our relationship with them as fathers has to move from one of you're a child to we are now both adults and we want to support you and launch you in the most positive way we can into your adult years, that if we can bring rites of passage back into the mainstream once again, as they used to be, that we can have a huge impact on the future lives of our young people as they become adults. So my commitment, receiving this award, which I feel is a huge responsibility, my commitment is to promote in every way I can the Fathering Project and other organisations who are doing this sort of work. My commitment is to find ways to directly support the fathers that we are involved in the Rites of Passage Institute. And my commitment is to find ways to spread healthy rites of passage so that young people are not creating their own through drugs, alcohol, risk-taking behaviours in their cars, in fights, in all sorts of terrible ways, that we can actually make this period of time when they're going through their teenage years one of the most positive periods of their lives rather than one of the most negative, difficult periods of their lives. And my commitment is to spread our work and continue finding new ways to be helping in every way that we can. So once again, a huge thank you to the Fathering Project, the members of the councils, all the people who've come here, everybody who's doing their work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
My goodness, a very worthy recipient, Dr Arne Rubinstein.